Wade gets around, attacks the basket, throws it back out. Chalmers. Chalmers the floater. Mario Chalmers, nice play.
Every guard needs that shot against size. He took one earlier, it was right on target. That one he was able to finish.
Mark, the teardrop, a big part of your arsenal. That requires a lot of practice, that job, doesn't it?
A lot of times in the park, in the playground, in the gym, trying to master that shot.
Nowitzki drives on Anthony. Excellent defense. Joel Anthony got a piece of it. Bosch tried to save it. Shot clock did not reset, so the Mavericks will inbound with 4 to shoot. Boy, Anthony's such a good defender.
That's great timing.
Inbound to Kidd. Kidd left corner 3. Gains the rebound. 5 seconds remaining. James throws it up at the buzzer. And that ends the first half. Hotly contested, physical play. Dirk Nowitzki had the early start. Dallas went up early. Miami stormed back. Dwayne Wade, strong second quarter, but Chris Bosh, a very big game in the first half. Chandler did an excellent job on the boards. Leading scorer, though, for Miami, Chris Bosh, with 16 points, and he's with Doris.
Well, apparently no place like home. How much of your confidence comes from the game winner you hit in the last game?
Well, I mean, my confidence has never went anywhere. That's the reason I took that shot, and that's the reason why I wanted to come out in this game and be aggressive.
Coach Spoelstra talked about this being a possession series, that balls in the air or on the ground had to be won. How do you evaluate what your guys did in that area, Chris?
I mean, we're doing a decent job. We have to pick it up a little bit. They're getting their hands on a lot of offensive boards. We just have to take the challenge, keep our guy in front of us, and depend on our help just a little bit. And when that ball is in there, we've got to get it. I mean, there's no other alternative.
Chris, thank you.
Thank you.
Mike.
He was 5 for 5, Doris, in that second quarter, and again 16 points at halftime. The T-Mobile halftime report coming up. They'll analyze the first half. Then Holger Gershwinder, the mentor for Dirk Nowitzki, who Rick Carlisle calls a genius, of a feature coming up on the T-Mobile halftime report. So Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavericks losing at home in Game 3, trying to even up the series. They go into the locker room at intermission, down by 2.
We gave it a new fully boxed high-strength steel frame and hydraulic body mounts for a comfortable ride. Because the things you carry are even heavier than the things you haul. Introducing the new Chevy Silverado HD, Motor Trend's 2011 Truck of the Year.
Bruh. What's up, Dwight? What you got in the bag? Big Mac, fries. I'll play you for it. My lunch? First one to miss. Watches the other one eat. No jump shot. Bet. Flat-footed, 540. 360 for the free throw line. Olympic style landing.
Great show, guys. And thanks for lunch.
Who's that? I have no idea. He's taking our lunch, though.
Hey, America! It's summer! And just because you're on the go doesn't mean you can't stay connected. Whatever you're thinking of doing this year, we'll help you find the perfect device to make it better. We'll set it up, get you streaming, and even show you how to use it. Which means you'll spend less time fiddling with it and more time using it.
X-Men First Class is not just a terrific comic book movie, it's a terrific movie, period. X-Men First Class, certified fresh, rated PG-13.
We are Texas. It's not just a motto, it's the pride of the Lone Star State. The burnt orange in our veins, and the reason you don't mess with Texas.
Longhorn Network, coming August 2011.
Live from the NBA Finals in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to the T-Mobile Halftime Report.
It is the T-Mobile Halftime Report. Stuart Scott, Mike Wilbon, John Barry, five-time champion Hall of Famer Earvin Magic Johnson. The Dallas Mavericks finally get what they want. Their bench has 20 points, about half what they had been scoring coming into this series. And yet, JB, they're down. Why?
The first quarter tells the story. Didn't Coach Rick Carlisle say something about physicality, a little more of it?
Put them on the foul line. Don't give up offensive rebounds. Control the board.
Oh, okay. 9 offensive rebounds for the Miami Heat in the first quarter, 8 second chance points. The Mavericks turn it over 5 times. Miami shoots 29%. The Mavericks shoot 50, tied at 21. They can't separate from this team. They haven't had a double-digit lead all series long, and they let the Miami Heat hang around. They should have complete control of this game.
But if I'm Coach Rick Carlisle, JB, I'm still happy because DeShaun Stevenson came off the bench, gave me 11 big points. Jason Terry gave me 9 big points off the bench, and we got a little confidence going. They had the Miami Heat in the second quarter at the 9-minute mark in foul trouble, and they didn't take advantage of it. They were supposed to go to the line and get free throws, but they didn't drive the ball to the basket enough.
It's interesting, though, Earvin, hearing them, particularly Coach Carlisle, talk about how they wanted to get off to a fast start for the purpose, just as you said. If not a double-digit lead, a little bit of a cushion. And my question now is, are they going to get those same contributions, particularly from the bench, in the second half? Are they going to do it consistently? Sean Stevenson played a great half. 11 points in the first half off the bench. I told JB, 3 more threes. I may take him to Pebble Beach. How about Sean Stevenson does that again?
Nowitzki makes the first 3 shots of the game and makes 1 the rest of the whole half.
And here's something else that maybe Dallas might want to think about. LeBron James has 4 points, just 4. He's tied with Joel Anthony, so he hasn't started to go off yet. Hey, a reminder to vote for the NBA Finals Player of the Game presented by T-Mobile. Text the last name of your choice for Player of the Game to 38657 from any wireless phone, or go to NBA.com/vote to vote online. Voting's open to the end of the game. Still to come, the story of a superstar and his longtime mentor. Why some bonds never break, even if they're sometimes half a world away. I promise you, you will not want to miss this story.
This halftime report presented by T-Mobile. Catch all the NBA playoffs action on the new Android-powered T-Mobile Sidekick 4G. Only on America's largest 4G network.
Here's Wade.
Look back to the T-Mobile halftime report.
Dirk Nowitzki, a not-so-Dirk, just 8 points in the first half. A win tonight crucial if the German superstar hopes to notch his first career title this season. With more on Dirk, let's go to the floor and check in with our own Hannah Storm. Hannah?
Thanks, Stuart. Well, while the Miami Heat were forged by a seismic shift in free agency, not so for Dirk Nowitzki. He has been a member of the Mavericks since the very beginning of his NBA career in 1998, has gone on to become a 10-time All-Star with an offensive repertoire never before seen in a 7-footer. And he's still here 13 years later as the face of this franchise. Now that's loyalty, and that's not surprising from a player who is still coached by the same man that mentored him as a boy in his native Germany.
The game is tied at 90. Nowitzki gets the ball outside the three-point line. Nowitzki puts up the 3, puts it in! Dallas has tied the finals with one of the most incredible comebacks in NBA Finals history.
In Game 2 of the Finals, fans witnessed a historic comeback by the Dallas Mavericks. But a few hours before the game, on that very same court, a mentor and his student prepared, just as they had for the past 17 years.
He taught me everything I know on the court. He's been a great help off the floor with everything.
Dirk Nowitzki's voyage to the NBA started in Würzburg, Germany. He was tall and skinny, without many skills. But one day, fate would intervene. Holger Geschwinder, a former member of the German Olympic basketball team, saw Dirk playing in a local gym. A kid who had a lot of potential, but needed a coach.
At the very beginning, if you take the responsibility for a 16-year-old kid, you suddenly, recognize that you have to do more than just dribbling the ball.
Holger's work with Nowitzki quickly paid off, as he became one of the best young players in Europe.
Gonna see you in the NBA, maybe another Detlef Schrempf someday?
Oh, I hope so. I don't know yet.
Dirk made it to the NBA with the Dallas Mavericks, but the transition to his new country was not easy.
Drive it on Nowitzki. Good move, Don.
It's such a huge step. I still can't believe it. It's a totally different style of basketball over here. The pace is much higher. I'm still not used to it.
In need of help, Dirk knew the answer to his problems lay half a world away.
Holger came over right away. He showed me how. You got to have the work ethic, and you got to put in the time to make it in this league. So he was kind of like everything to me. He was my agent, my coach, my friend. He just took care of me.
He was also the man who brought some unorthodox training methods.
I thought it's a little weird. All of the stuff that he said, jumping up and down stuff, and all the deep lunges, the deep squats that we do. I don't think a lot of people teach that.
I had to find a way how we can relate somehow. So the basic thing was stay creative.
It's very old school, obviously he's an old guy.
Yes.
And the methods worked for me, and you saw the improvement from year to year.
Nowitzki gained confidence, becoming a perennial all-star and one of the game's most unstoppable scorers.
Nowitzki drives into the deep lefty layup, banks it in. Dirk Nowitzki, the last 9 points for the Mavericks.
And as we've seen in these NBA Finals, Dirk and Holger are still at it.
Now I'm 32, and you still learn something on the floor and off the floor every day from Holger.
I guess both parties learn from each other, and that is key, and that's what's the fun about it.
I've been knowing him now for half of my life, so we've been through a lot, and been through a lot of ups and downs. We're almost developed a friendship like a second father.
One of the most intriguing things is to actually watch Dirk and Holger pregame here in the NBA Finals, shooting hundreds of shots, and Dirk is usually hitting like 90% of them. Second half coming back, Mavs down 2, Game 4, right with you.
This halftime report presented by...
It down. Chalmers to Bosh. Here the extra pass. Stevenson will try again. Hits another three.
I can take you to the right, or I can go left. To the house. Yeah! Yeah!
You said it was a demonstration.
Not that one, buddy.
Halftime, back Game 4 of the 2011 NBA Finals. Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks trailing the series 2-1. Our AT&T game track as they're trailing Game 4, 47-45. They're shooting fairly even. Miami, again, a lot of offensive rebounds, 10 of their 24. Although Dallas's bench, a big plus to keep them within 2. And hi again, everyone, with the new coach, Mark Jackson, and Jeff Van Gundy. Mike Breen on end. We'll check in with Doris Burke in just a moment. Story in the first half from Miami. Obviously, their defense has always been good. But how about Chris Bosh once again? Hit the big shot in Game 3. Had been struggling before that. Strong first half for him, and that's our Gatorade Cooler Talk.
Well, I had a stellar first half. What I love most about him, came out with great confidence. Patient on the offensive end, looking to make plays early, and did it in a variety of ways. Catching the ball on the block outside, knocked down mid-range jump shot. On the inside, offensive rebounding. Did a great job also isolation situations. Put the ball on the floor and make a play. And then in pick and roll situations, didn't lay on a screen, dove to the basket and got rewarded. Great first half for Chris Bosh.
Bosh with terrific numbers in that first half as we send it over to Doris Burke.
Mike, we've confirmed that Dirk Nowitzki is playing tonight's basketball game with a fever perhaps as high as 101 or 102 degrees. He had it this morning as soon as he woke up. Now, he was fine to start the basketball game, but as that half wore on, he started to show the signs of somebody who is a bit under the weather. I tried to just ask him how he's feeling. He kind of shook me off, but as the half wore on, he got a bit more and more peaked, kept that towel over his head, and his numbers reflect that down the stretch of that half. Just 1 for 7, Mike.
And in 17 minutes, Doris, he only had 1 rebound, did not get to the free throw line. Meanwhile, for Miami, LeBron James, just 4 points, had 3 assists, looking more to distribute as well.
Yeah, neither had a half that was what we're expecting. You know, and this just shows you the fragile nature of NBA playoff basketball. They need this win, and he wakes up with the flu.
In a game that means as much to him as he's ever played in.
Exactly. I mean, it's just...
But to his credit, not trying to talk about it, Bosch misfires. Nowitzki the rebound.
Old school basketball says that he's on the floor, he's okay.
Marion against Bosch. Marion spinning, trying to draw a foul. Shot won't go. And Bosch the rebound.
Your lack of empathy is appalling. Really. Guys like sick, and you're like,
why are you playing it off? You agree with me? Because you can't lose. You play great, you're a superhero. If you play bad, you got to build an excuse. I understand he's a gamer and he's battling, but he's on the floor. Find a way to get it done.
Absolutely.
Another nice pass by James. Bosch unable to finish. Barea the other way. Barea got the start. Nowitzki drives to the basket and gets hit. And he will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
No, he has a weapon, whether he's 100% or not. They're going to play him like he's 100%. And he's got to put the ball on the floor, look to get to the foul line, and then all of a sudden he'll begin to feel better. They need him to come up big.
So Nowitzki to the line, where he's hit 37 consecutive free throws. Has yet to miss in the finals. He's now 25 for 25. As good as anybody's ever done in the postseason. And in the biggest games, too, you look back, he did the same thing in the conference finals, too. He couldn't miss the conference finals either. Just incredible. So he ties it up. Anthony, by the way, that's his third foul. And Haslam already has 3 fouls for Miami, 2 of the primary defenders on Nowitzki. James inside, nice left hand. Chandler knocks it away out of bounds. Miami ball. Let's listen to an Eric Spoelstra huddle.
That ball is bouncing around. There's been 4 or 5 of them, and they come up with it. And it's been head-to-head. Mano-a-mano on that. We have got to change that in the second half. All right, those loose balls, 50-50, that's more important than anything else we're going to talk about right now. 24 minutes of primal energy.
Primal energy. Meanwhile, Nowitzki's already got more rebounds in the first 2 minutes of the third than he did the entire first half. Barea on the pull-up. J.J. Barea gets it to go. He'd been struggling, just 1 of 5 in the first half as Dallas regains the lead. Bosch against Chandler. Poked away. And 11 to shoot. Marion is on Wade now. Bosch drive, strip but foul. And I believe it's going to go against Nowitzki. That would be just his second. So 2 fouls on Nowitzki. Bosch right from the start, very aggressive offensively.
Instead of popping on these plays off the pick and rolls, and again, that's a clean strip by Nowitzki. He's got tremendous hands, but he's rolling to the rim more than just settling for the spot up.
You see Bosch's shooting numbers. Excellent, 8 of 12 from the field in the first half. Again, leads all scorers with 16. Add to that one now 17. Mark, you see that view when you're at the free throw line? You ever see that when you're shooting?
You do. Now, the great shooters would tell you they don't see anything other than the rim, but that's not the truth. You try to block it out, but you certainly see that. Did Stan see it when he hit 100 out of 100?
Well, the stands at the Martinez Boys Club were pretty empty on practice days. But I talked to Stan about this today.
and he wasn't as confident in his abilities as I was. So I might have to reconsider.
So you may have embarrassed him. Marion fouled. And a foul on LeBron James, his third. Sean Marion, we talked about Bosh coming out aggressively. Marion certainly not as many points, but he's shown when he's more aggressive offensively, can really help. Marion's a guy that did a lot of scoring in his career earlier, especially with Phoenix. He averaged 19 points a game or more 5 different times in his career. Was an All-NBA third-teamer a couple of times, 4-time All-Star. Guy once was top 5 in the NBA in rebounds and steals in the same season. He might not be the Matrix anymore, but can still do so many things for a team.
Oh, he's played great. He's played absolutely great. And I saw his mother, who's his biggest fan, after the last game, and she says, "You show my baby a lot of love." She says, "Tell Jeff Van Gundy to ease up."
Did she say that?
I said, "I'll give him a message."
Why? I've been very... Man, everybody's on me.
Message delivered. Wade. Chandler looked like he may have gotten a piece of it. The Mavericks thought there was a travel. And we're tied again at 51. Barea gets past Bibby, blocked by Bosh. Good help defense. 14 to shoot.
Tell Mrs. Marion I speak fluent Trixian. The language of Sean Marion.
They're doing some kind of TV reality show with his mom and his sisters. He's got a twin sister. Chandler feeds Marion. Sean Marion the finish right on cue. 10 points for Marion. That was his total in game 3.
He's had a couple good post-ups, good cuts away from the ball.
And there's a foul away from the ball.
Good play by Chandler as James rotated to him. Did a nice job finding Marion along the baseline.
And I don't know how many centers can make that pass that Tyson Chandler just made.
By the way, 2 fouls on Chandler. Bosh's attempt gets deflected out. And a foul call on Chandler. He is hot. Bosh falls down. And that's now 3 on Chandler, who was an All-NBA defensive second-team player this year.
I think that's a foul. I think he needs to square his body up a little bit more to take away the direct line drive to the middle of the floor and to Bosh's strong hand.
Yeah, look at Bosh, already exceeding his average for the first 3 games of the finals and shooting so much better. He had a great conference final. Had a couple of 30-point games, had a double-double in the clincher. In fact, Dwayne Wade was talking about, Wade didn't play great in the conference finals against Chicago. Said he just kind of chipped in while LeBron James did all the damage down the stretch. Bosh played big. He wanted to make up for it in the finals. He's done that so far. All tied again. Well, the last 2 games have been decided at the buzzer. Both 2-point games. Marion inside. Nice finish.
A nice strategic adjustment by Rick Carlisle. Most of the pick and rolls have been set by Nowitzki in this series. Now they're screening with Chandler and spotting Nowitzki up, which is allowing deeper penetration.
Marion has their last 6 points. James inside to Wade. Another great pass from LeBron James. Barea getting his first start of the playoffs tonight. Deshaun Stevenson coming off the bench. He contributed part of good Mavericks bench in the first half. Anthony right up on Nowitzki. Nowitzki can't finish. Wade the rebound. Nowitzki, good though, he got fouled again. Here's James. James up and under with the left hand. Won't go. Gets his own rebound. Back to Wade and a foul on Marion. James didn't give up on the play. And the second shot opportunity leads to free throws for Dwayne Wade.
You like the play by LeBron. Misses the layup, but sticks with the play. Comes up with the offensive rebound, then hands it off to Wade. And in attack mode, contact by Sean Marion. On the other end, Dirk Nowitzki very upset that he's not getting those same calls as he drives to the cup.
But fair is fair. Run back. You saw him deep down the court on man transition. No matter what call you do or do not get, you have got to run back if you want to win these games.
I don't know about that one.
Doesn't look like contact there. That looks like good defense by Joel Anthony.
Nowitzki grabs the board. Coming up on 5 minutes gone by here in the third. Barea slices through the defense, and he puts it in. Wild shot by Barea. James on the drive. Look at kids staying in front of him. Chris Bosh, the jump shot, knocks it down. What a game for Bosh. He's got 22.
And here's what I don't understand. The help can't come from Tyson Chandler defending Chris Bosh. Joel Anthony is a limited offensive guy. The help should come from him.
Barea starting to feel it, flips it up, does not get the roll, but Chandler right there. J.J. Barea causing problems.
But they've really found something setting these screens with Chandler. It's what's leading to Barea's deep penetration.
At the midway point of the third, Wade shut off nicely by Chandler. Tries again, pulls back, has to fire, and he knocks it down. A two-pointer, they'll review it, but a two-pointer as Rick Carlisle calls timeout. He had to rush the shot as the 24-second clock was expiring.
This should be an absolute crime. The crossover, the step back. Gets him on his heels, knocks down the jump shot. Clearly a two-pointer by Dwayne Wade. 20 big points, and J.J. on the other end, finding his groove. Spectacular move, little hang time, and then the English kisses it off the glass. We have ourselves a big-time ball game.
Our fans give us so much. They really support us.
They're the reason why we're playing.
Just the way that they support us. You know, they're here every night.
The atmosphere for basketball is just so great around here. The devotion that we get from our fans is quite amazing.
The fans do so much for us and supporting us.
They come out every night and cheer loud as they can.
There's a tremendous love for our fans.
The love that the players have for their fans is huge.
We owe these fans, and they deserve a lot from us. It's just our way of saying thank you.
Great fans here in Dallas at the American Airlines Center. And fans, the poll's still open for tonight's Finals Player of the Game. Vote presented by T-Mobile. Text the last name of your choice for Player of the Game to 38657 from any wireless phone now. Voting closes at the end of the game. Right now, Heat up by one, just past the midway point of the third.
And they took Chandler out and put Cardinal in, and that tells me Brendan Haywood is not healthy.
And Peja Stojakovic right now is struggling. And a foul. Going to go against Bibby.
But that's a play that J.J. Barea has been begging for. On his penetration, he's been complaining that Mike Bibby has grabbed him every single time.
So Bibby picks up his third. Barea is tough for anybody to keep up with. So quick. Cardinal. Shot clock at 5. Marion's got to make something happen. Drive across the lane. Shot, he banks it in. Oh, Shawn Marion getting it to go. Marion now with 14 points. He had 20 in the game 2 victory. Wade attacks, stripped and foul by Cardinal.
Oh, Shawn Marion, once again, Dwayne Wade scored on him, stared him down. This time, isolation makes a heck of a play over LeBron James and stares him down. A lot of trash talking going on, but you love the fact that he's not giving an inch, playing with an edge.
A very proud player, Shawn Marion is. Again, as we said, all his individual awards and accolades early in his year, but has embraced the role here. And they've needed some more scoring. Caron Butler out since January. Butler averaging 15 points a game at the swingman spot for the Dallas Mavericks. And Marion has come through last several games as Jason Terry checks back in. Here's Butler. He was hoping to play in these finals. He worked hard to rehab his knee, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Wade misses. Marion had it, lost it, fight for it. Wade comes out of it. Just took it away. Bibby up top to James. James for three. And Jason Kidd the rebound. This series has been so close each game. Nowitzki double. Cardinal inside, nice pass. Marion can't finish the follow. Shawn Marion with extra hops. Still at 33 years old. Maybe he still has a little matrix left in him.
Give credit to the custodian. Ball fake, bounce pass, drops it off to Shawn Marion, and he continues to score.
Shot clock down to 7. Bosch against Cardinal. Bosch drives, puts it up, won't go. Nowitzki, another rebound. Nowitzki has 5 boards here in the third quarter alone. They've done a good job not letting him get a shot off. Trying to help in other ways. This time gets his shot off, draws the foul. Joel Anthony has 4. And Nowitzki to the line.
And this is Brian Cardinal. Chris Bosh runs at him, puts the ball on the floor, forces LeBron James to help, puts Shawn Marion in position to score an offensive rebound in basketball. Dirk Nowitzki, they're doing a good job, but he's got to be more aggressive.
And he finally misses a free throw. He had made 39 in a row. Second time in the playoffs he had a 39 consecutive streak. And that's his first miss of the finals.
So what I mean by more aggressive is Joel Anthony shouldn't be able to defend him at the foul line. Put your head down and make a play. Find a way to get to the free throw line and establish a rhythm.
Well, he did that time. And Dallas goes up by 3. Just under 4 minutes remaining. He has been spectacular in these finals, averaging 29 a game, shooting 57%.
I like the fact that he didn't make any excuses. Acknowledged that he didn't play well in the Eastern Conference Finals and has elevated his game to what we've come to expect from Dwyane Wade.
Wade and Bosch with all their points here in the third. Wade comes up with a steal. Another one, nice feed, gets it to James for the finish. And the defense leading the offense. They haven't had many of those here in this game.
But you just notice how when they get a steal, they're gone.
And that's how they normally start those runs. Rick Carlisle said they were hoping to avoid. Kidd, difficult shot. Bibby played him well.
No, but if you're Jason Terry coming off those screen and rolls, you got to come off the score.
Yeah. Shot won't count. A blocking foul call. Brian Cardinal tried to get in and draw the charge. Instead, he's called for his second personal. That's very close. They do that better than anyone. Scoring off turnovers, averaging 21 points off the Dallas turnovers per game in this series.
And Coach, when I talk about Terry coming off the score, he's got to stretch that defense because of the length and the strength of this Miami defense. They're intense and they're into it.
Absolutely, and it just shows you too, when Barea is not on the floor, they don't have, other than Marion occasionally, the ability to beat you off the dribble with quickness.
James misses both free throws. He's struggling from the field. And misses a couple of free throws. 2 of 8 from the field. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Heat's lead remains 1. 2.5 remaining in the third. Marion. Difficult shot. And Haslam the rebound. Chalmers back in as well for Miami with Juwan Howard, Wade, and James. Wade dribbles it off his foot. Alley-oop to Wade, and he finishes! Oh, perfect pass! And Dwayne Wade throws it down. Wade now with 25, and Miami's lead is 3.
Heck of a pass from LeBron James, and for the first time ever in finals history, the custodian gets dunked on. Lob play, Wade does the rest. Spectacular play by Dwayne Wade. My goodness.
Honk to put me in rage. Come on, please, please.
What's going on? It's Blake's third day trying to get in our game.
You guys getting this? Computers love me, man. Come on, check it out. Nope, psych. Old school.
Rage. Yep.
Tiger jump.
He knows this is a first-person shooter, right? No, I don't think so.
Visit Rage.com to see more. This game is not yet rated.
What? For expert analysis, live press conferences after every game, playoff playbacks, and more, tune into NBA TV for complete playoff coverage. Dwayne Wade once again shining in the NBA Finals. He's got 25. His team up by 3.
You can tell Rick Carlisle trying to steal minutes right now because Dirk Nowitzki not on the floor prior to this. That was a bad scoring team, a bad offensive team. That's why he gets Dirk back in the game.
Nowitzki had a great look. It took a bad bounce for the Mavericks. Well, Wade has excelled again. LeBron James having an off night.
It is, but it shows you the power of their 3 players because you don't need all 3 every night to play well. They got 2 of the 3 rolling. James not playing as well. They just pick each other up.
Now shoots over Terry, and there, right on cue. James able to hit, and the lead is up to 5. Been a close game throughout. The largest lead by either team, 7. Miami's now scored 8 in a row. Kick to Chandler. Chandler fouled. And a couple of Heat players converge.
Good recognition by Miami in their last half-court set. Give the ball to James at the top of the key against the smaller Terry. Gets to his spot and just elevates up and over Terry.
That's why if you're Eric Spoelstra, you understand LeBron James is struggling. When you have great players, it's just a matter of time they have the ability to heat up at any moment.
Free throw good. I think Jason Terry is... LeBron James is saying about Jason Terry's defense. Can he stop me for 7 games?
No, he said this is one of the unusual times that Jason Terry will ever be on me. But you know, it just shows you how the rhetoric means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. It's just noise.
All part of playoff basketball. Final minute, 3rd quarter. James fires away. Short. Rebound Stevenson. Terry puts up the 3. In and out. Halfway down. And Howard, who's given them some good minutes in a short amount of time, grabs that rebound.
Actually a good shot by Jason Terry. 2 for 1 gives them another possession.
Haslam misses. Kidd able to secure it. And they'll hold it for the final shot of the period.
I think they should go right back to Tyson Chandler setting the screen on the ball.
Been working here in this 3rd period. Is about a 3/4 of a second difference shot clock and game clock. Terry out to Kidd. Extra pass. Nowitzki for 3. Won't go. And the buzzer sounds, ending the 3rd period. Miami with a strong finish. After trailing by 3, they go on an 8-0 run. And they lead by 4 as we head to the 4th quarter. For the defense, Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, just killers in transition. This presentation of the NBA Finals continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations.